So I just got through watching a video, and it was about a woman who runs like a traumatic birthing recovery, and she was talking about how doulas and people who help with birth, if you are discouraging like elective inductions, elective C-sections, like you're kind of contradicting what you're putting out there. That hit me so stinking hard, because if you've watched any of my videos about my birth experience, about how much I love inductions, it's because I had a pretty traumatic first birth. My first baby was 4 days past his due date, and he was 8 pounds 12 ounces, but bigger than that, he had shoulder dystocia. If you don't know what that is, that's literally where their shoulders get stuck underneath your pelvic bone while you're trying to push them out. So in my case, when that happened, I had to get cut twice. So my recovery was super, super hard. And with him being my first, I really didn't know that the recoveries didn't look like this, but they don't. I'm talking like stitches from one end to literally the other. And just to be completely honest with you, trying to use the bathroom after something like that was almost more traumatic than birth itself. I remember when I went in for my 6-week appointment, I was still like bleeding the same that I was like right after I had him. And she said because of how traumatic that birth was, like I could keep bleeding for a good while longer, and I did. I had so much pain for like months after. It really took me until I had my next baby, because she was able to kind of fix some things after I had her to where I felt like things were more normal. So when I found out I was pregnant with my second baby, as soon as I went in, they gave me the option to have an elective C-section or to be induced at 38 weeks. So I chose the induction, and I went in to have my baby, and that birth experience was so good, and I was able to really see how traumatic that first birth experience was. And honestly, if I would have had a birth experience like I did with my first, with my second, I don't know if I would be on baby number 6 right now. So I loved her point of being like, if you're going to be about your body, your choice with your birth, you don't want to be pressured into doing something by a doctor. I think it's really important to not be pressuring people into doing something that can really change the outcome of their entire life. I personally have only had good experiences with my inductions. I've had good experiences with epidurals. So I'm all about doing what you need to do because you know your body. Just like with this baby, the nurse the other day, she's like, oh, you may go into labor by yourself. And I'm like, no, I will not. I'm not going to go into labor by myself. I never have. I've never gone into actual labor by myself. So I know that inductions, and with inductions you get Pitocin, and with Pitocin contractions I will always get an epidural, and I know that's what works for me in my body. And so I think it's just really important to make sure you're not being hypocritical with whatever you're putting out there.